Today we will be painting a watercolor wreath. First you need to draw a circle with pencil lightly and mix various shades of green. Then we are going to create some branches around the circle. This is done by using a fine brush and creating a fine line from the pencil circle. Then paint several lines on each side of this line. Continue to do this all the way around the circle, working on the inside and the outside. Paint your branches randomly around the circle. Don't worry if they are too far in the center or sticking out. This will work in the end. I find it much easier to paint my wreath by rotating my paper as I work my way around the circle. Once you've gone around the wreath once and you are happy with your spacing, choose another color of green and just go over all the branches again, adding more needles to each of the branches. Try not to go directly over the previous ones. Just randomly place your new needles. By doing this, you'll notice how the branches are automatically looking fuller. Now I'm going to start to work around the wreath again, but this time I'm going to be doing a slightly larger leaf on my branches. I do this by pressing down and pulling my paintbrush. I will also work this randomly around the wreath, working in spaces that I have left open. Be sure to put a little leaf at the end of each of your branches for this style. Now this can be done in the same color, or you could have chosen a different green. It's nice if you keep changing up the greens, because as the layers build up, it will give the wreath a lot more depth. Do not worry if the leaves are overlapping some of your previous branches. This is actually ideal. As you build up your wreath, you will be overlapping, and this will make your wreath look nice and full. Now that I've gone around the wreath again, I have started adding little holly leaves. I usually bunch them in groups of 3 because they look nicer. And the easy way to paint a holly leaf is just to give it little points so it looks like little sets of C's all stuck together. I use a darker green paint for the holly leaves, as this makes them stand out from the previous layers. So as I work my way around the wreath, each layer has a different type of element. For the next layer, I've chosen a different green. I've gone with more of a phthalo green, and I'm just doing a one leaf element. So I go back and forth all the way around, and you can see how this just fills in some of the space. So as we build up, it will look nicer and more vibrant. Once you've gone around, have a look and fill in a bit more if you think you need to. For my next layer, I'm just doing a long blade, almost like a piece of grass, and I just work it all the way around. You'll notice I am always working from where that pencil ring had started, and I work my way out. By now, my holly leaves have had time to dry. So I'm choosing a red, and I'm just putting 3 little dots in the center of each of the holly leaves, just to add a tiny pop of color. For my next layer, I have mixed a brown, and I am doing little branches, very delicate little branches. As I say, I start from the center line, and I just work all the way around. You'll notice with my branches that I'm actually painting over the greenery, as well as having some of it go towards the inside and the outside of the wreath. I then add little red berries to all my branches. This helps them to stand out. I want my wreath to appear fuller, so I've chosen another color green, and I'm adding more branches like the first ones, but I am doing my lines a little bit thicker just so that they look different from the original, and they will actually help fill out my wreath. Notice that I am positioning the new branches over the center line, also facing out of the wreath, and also some are going to the inside of the wreath. I am happy with how my wreath looks now, so I am stopping. But if you'd like to have a fuller wreath, you can just add a few more layers. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more of my videos. Be sure to ring the bell if you'd like to get notifications when I post new videos. Thank you for watching.